Here you go.
Here you go. Essie went and got us a new battery. Alright, so today we are replacing the tilt motor on both of our motors. Lucky us. These are Yamaha F60 and F90. The motors are actually different. From all the rust you can see here, this motor has been on here a while, and all three of these screws were hard, but this one has broken a screwdriver. I've actually broken 2 screwdrivers today, so we're on a roll. Don't know if you can see in there, but somebody mangled this screw before I got my big screwdriver on it. So in an effort to relieve pressure on that screw, and hopefully release like a vacuum, I suppose, I'm draining the old hydraulic oil out of here. And it looks like it was pretty dirty anyway, so might as well do it. But it's just this screw right here. I just don't get it. Nothing ever works out in person like it does on YouTube. So the hole on the outside here doesn't line up with my hole on the inside. I'm going to attempt to drill a small area of this steel out of here so my screwdriver will line up correctly and I can stop stripping this screw that's in there. Whoa.
You boom!
Oh, my phone. The phone got covered.
You got it?
Got it, big guy. Oh, come on. I have to do this. Oh, I finally got it. Finally got it. Oh, it's hard.
Where did the chicken go?
Alright, I think I'm gonna
Chicken go.
completely replace this bolt
Daddy,
so this doesn't happen again.
Go.
Alright, here's that disgusting screw I was saying that we needed to be able to take out. It does look like there's a pin that holds those in there. We can actually take this out. That's great. But anyway, the motor should be able to lift it up now, and you'll see it's kind of a struggle.
Got it?
Alright, so I actually kind of surprised myself. I just grabbed it, and I was able to put it on this bracket here. So now it's leaning all the way forward, and some of the gas will come out of the carburetors like this. Just be aware, like the next time you start up, if it starts up a little rough, that's all that was. Alright, so here is the motor in question. We have tested these wires, so the wires are getting power when the switch is pressed. It's just the motor's not even turning or clicking or making any sort of sound at all, so it's coming right out. These 4 bolts here. Alright, my new motor came in the mail, and as you can see we have blue and green wires. That part's great. We get a black motor, and that's great too. But this motor doesn't look anything like that motor. I couldn't find a part number on this one, so I just ordered the one that said it works for a 90 4-stroke, and great. I guess I'm returning it. What are you doing with this thing?
I'm doing this.
It makes for a bad video, but you're really cute doing it, so it's hard to be mad at you, you know? Yeah, you know. Alright, apparently the one I bought is for the newer type 4-stroke. Maybe the fuel injected model. It's got a shorter shaft here than this one, and none of the bolts even remotely line up with the ones from here, so it's not going to work. It's going back. Alright, the new motor has arrived. It comes with a rubber washer here. It does not come with hardware, so make sure you saved your bolts from earlier. Alright, so I want to share a learning moment with y'all. This is something that's going to be very important. It took me like an hour to figure out a solution. But anyway, here it goes. So when you're going to pull out your tilt motor on the inside here, there's going to be a little coupler. Don't assume that your new motor is going to have the right coupler. You have to make sure that you purchase the motor with the correct coupler. I accidentally let mine fall somewhere on the ground over here, and I can't find it. So then I'm left without a coupler to get my motor to connect to the little hydraulic pump here. My solution was I ended up stealing the one out of here, because this one also broke at the same time, coincidentally, and I made sure to purchase a coupler that's coming with this motor, so that way I still have one for my 90 here. Here's the large union that I made sure that came with this motor that has a short shaft. As you can see, the old motor here had this side is going to be slightly smaller than this side. This one's going to go on our motor. I know which orientation I put the shaft in right before I put this oil in here. So I'm going to drop this in, smash it on to our motor, and start bolting her up. This side fits the motor, this side fits inside the pump. So don't confuse the two sides, they're incredibly similar. One is slightly undersized, so don't beat this on with a hammer. Make sure that you get the right side on here. So the main message is these things are very important. Do not discard them or forget about them. Make sure you get the right size if you need one. You just need to line it up. There's 3 bolts here. It kind of seems like it's foolproof. It doesn't seem to want to line up until the bolts are in the exact position. Alright, so I lined up the shaft on the inside with the little coupler, and that lined up perfect. It dropped right in, except for now my hole here is not in the right place. So I'm just going to make sure that I don't raise it up any so it doesn't move, and I'm going to turn this until it gets to the right holes. Let me take that bolt out. Alright, so that didn't work like I was hoping. We're now off track. So I started to say earlier that it's foolproof, and what I meant is these 3 holes for those screws are not in like an equilateral triangle. They're a little bit offset, and so it's not letting me set it in there, I guess, exactly like I thought it was going to go. So I'm going to try and get that orientation right first, and then retry this, sticking this coupler back on there. Alright, so y'all learn from my shortcomings here how this is gonna go. I guess I'm gonna pick it up like that, and I'll try and put that straight. It's kind of annoying that these bolts are Allen keys. Allen keys are better than like a Phillips head or something for like this, but this bolt right here needs to go in the back. So in order to do that, I'd basically have to take this function off and let this whole thing flop forward. Alright, and I was able to find an Allen key bit and a screwdriver and a little extension, and tape those together in order to get to this last screw back here. Finally, one of those life hacks that finally has become useful in my life. So see way back there, there's a screw that I dropped because I was trying to fish it back here and couldn't do it. But when you take a piece of paper and stuff it in your socket before you put your screw, the screw sticks to the socket, and then you're able to line it up in the hole. It's magical. Pretty awesome. Cool trick. Life hack. Alright, we're going to tighten down our 3 screws, and then the wire is going to run this way out this hole right here, and then it runs up this wire loom they got for us here. We're going to strip out the old stuff. Alright, then you're just going to remove your old wire and replace it with the new wires. Mine here, the blue one, connects to the terminal with the blue dot. I'm going to just take off this hex screw here, hook up the new one. Alright, the old wires came with these rubber boots, so I'm making sure to take these off and put them on my new ones here. And then you just hook the green wire to the green terminal, and that should do it. Alright, one motor fixed. One more to go.